enhance that, and you build the talent, you will discover that money will continue to change you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, after Audrey has spoken, I was wondering, what is it that we are going to be giving as keynote address? But interestingly, that's what passion does. You know, and clearly you can see that without passion, you have a limited vision. So I want to start by thanking the organizers of this program, this big conference. I think this is the second conference I'm attending this year. And when I looked at the content, the target audience, I saw that it's very, very critical. It's at the heart of the economy. It's at the heart of this country. And so I also came in and saw the speakers here, most of them my friends. And I said, you will be blaming yourself for not attending this program. And I'm quite serious about this. I know a whole lot of people that are speaking today. They are going to impact and touch life. These are the people that are very committed. These are the people that are passionate. These are people that are very professional. So on that note, I want to, on behalf of the Managing Director of Fidelity Bank, Mr. Nnamdi Okonkwo, as Adelia said, today is the bank's corporate Thanksgiving. I'm also supposed to be there. God has been very faithful to us as a bank. We grew over 150% in terms of all the indices. As a bank, some months back, the share price of this bank was about 70 kobo. Today is doing more than 3 naira 20 kobo. And I'm sure that by the time we release our finances, you will also see the reason why it's that. But it's just to say some keynote address that Nnamdi Okonkwo has asked me to give. He's somebody that is very passionate about youth entrepreneurship and development. Today we are talking about a population that is over 180 million. But guess what? In this population, 60% of this population that we are talking about are within the age bracket of 15 and less than 60. In fact, between 15 and 55. And what does that suggest? A youth-based population. A vibrant population that is youth-focused. So you wouldn't be surprised why he is very passionate. Last December period, he was at a session, African Youth Entrepreneurship Program, that had in attendance all the young entrepreneurs from Africa. And the key point was that we are the one that will take our destiny to the next level. My keynote address will be talking about how you can build and enhance your capacity and be in the position to attract everything. How do you position to be competitive? Each time you meet a young guy, maybe coming out from college, from school, or the first thing you ask him, what is your need to be able to build a sustainable business, to become an entrepreneur? And most of the people what they will tell you is that if I have funding, and interestingly, the cream of people that are gathered here, yes, they have that funding, but they will tell you that clearly funding is not the critical thing you need to be able to develop yourself and take yourself to the level where you will be very competitive nationally and globally. You need to upgrade your skill. And I will share an example before I then be able to get that. I had a young guy who finished from school some years back and was looking for what to do. But he was very creative, IT savvy. And he said he has looked for a job. And when he came to me, I said to him, I don't understand at this age what you'll be looking about, having to talk about paid employment, but you need to look at your talent. What is it that you have passion that you need to develop? And because he is tech savvy, he began to create an application. And today, you know what that, this is somebody that couldn't feed, that couldn't have fresh meal. He has developed an application for flour mill. And flour mill has bought that application for 5 billion. And you know what? What does that application do? Flour mill is doing backward integration. They want to start producing some of those items that they have been importing. They even want to start processing cocoa. But they also recognize that they need to connect with the farmers in those smallholder farmers, because they cannot grow all those things in all the farmland. But innovation will take you out. It will differentiate you and make you stand out. And when this guy was curious, what did he do? What he then did was, how do I create a platform that if flour mill logs into it, they will then be able to see the farmers. How do I make it in such a manner that even these people, as remote locations where they are, they can connect onto this, buyer. And that was essentially what he did. He created that application, and today, what they now do, they don't have to go to the remote locations, in Akure, in Akwa Ibom, in most of those places where they need to look for those farmers. They created them, connected them, and formed them into clusters. And they locked on, logging that, they are then able to get these people with the quantity of product they need. From there, they have a logistic provider that can now move it to a central point. So all the farmer need to do is register into that platform. And each time they register, he's making 1,000 naira. But today, that platform, he has created up to 500,000. Even though, people that some of them may not have been active, but clearly, each day he is making money. He didn't need to get employed. He was creative, he was innovative. And young guys that are gathered here today, I want to tell you that clearly, if you build your skill, if you focus yourself, if you are passionate, you definitely see clearly that the best way for you to change your position is not by the funding. The moment you build skill, the moment you enhance that, and you build the talent, you discover that money will continue to chase you. And that is critically what the message I want to tell you today. In 2013, the total number of micro, small, and medium enterprises that are doing business in Nigeria, they are in the neighborhood of 39 million. In 2013, if you flip it back, 2 years back, you will see clearly that statistics was about 17.9. But within 2 years, that number had doubled. And they also employed close to 50 million people, meaning that at each point in time, every small business employed one person. And what does that tell you? In an economy that is looked at as very recession-proof, that was challenged, you will see the number of small businesses growing. But out of this, what has been a challenge, which is what you need to change, is the fact that 95% of this population are at the micro category. And what are these micro categories? People that have asset base that is less than 5 million. There comes in the fact that even as young entrepreneur, collaboration is very, very important. It means that for you to take your business to the next level, you need to begin to build some level of collaboration apart from acquiring business skill. And in building collaboration, you need to look at places that share common vision and share the kind of identity. The first thing is you determine what is it that I need to do to be able to take my business to the next level. An entrepreneur is not somebody that is just doing business. It's somebody that identifies a business opportunity and takes advantage of that opportunity. That is why great entrepreneurs, when we were talking about the likes of the people that we are talking about today that have excelled, the reason is that they were able to spot those opportunities and they then seize those opportunities. And you cannot seize those opportunities without creating the required environment. Often you think that for you to be able to be successful, you need to have resources to build all the structures that you require. But a lot of things are happening today. You talk about co-located environment in most locations. You don't even need to build, to rent a building. You don't even need to have facilities. You don't even need to have, human capital in terms of this. Are they important? Yes, they are critical for you to move to that level. But what is the difference? Is the fact that you should take advantage of shared services. And as you start, you should start small and then begin to scale faster. Most of the institutions today that we are talking about started as a very small enterprise. The owner of Apple started in a garage and tried to be able to get that. And today is the highest in terms of market capitalization and value. He talked about Cosmos Maduka. He started with 5 naira when he was a child. Today he's worth billions. So you need to embrace collaboration. You need to take advantage of shared services and offering, and you need to begin to continue to build knowledge. Because if you don't seek knowledge and enhance that, the chances are that you are likely going to, be left behind. That is the reason why some of the institutions that started today, and because they didn't recognize that the market is changing, they have dropped by the wayside. There are several institutions that have good intentions, but because they didn't build the required skill and innovation and collaboration, and today the market has moved ahead of them. And I think that for you, the most important thing is for you to build the required skill. And for you to do that, a critical thing again you need to do is that you must have what we call a business plan. You must have a business plan. Often when you talk about a business plan, you think that it's about having a consultant to prepare a beautiful document that will help you to present to a financier, a prospective investor. That is not true. You are the one that will prepare, because it's a roadmap. You are the one that will begin to first see the direction you want to do. Why do I want to enter into this business? There are some businesses today that people did not even recognize that exist, and today they are making so much opportunities out of that. There's a young lady that used to work as a secretary in one of the schools, secondary schools. But she recognized that she has very strong passion for catering services. If she cooks, a lot of people will be very quite excited, to take that. And each time she was bringing what we call moi moi. You know what moi moi is? Good. And before she brings it, at school, before the next 1 hour, a lot of people have finished demanding for it. People were coming from VI to mainland to look for it. And then she recognized that if she continues in paid employment, she will end up in penal as a poor person. So what did she do? She had to make a decision to leave place. And today, the rest is history. She has a franchise in one of the big, fast food companies in US today to represent them in Nigeria. One of the major companies have also invested in that company. And as we speak today, at the end of this month, that company will be assessing one international funding that is worth $5 million. And that begins to tell you clearly from where the person started. But he knew quite well that he needed to build the right kind of framework and be able to position himself. So as you do that, that is very critical. Discover the opportunity, see your potential, build scale, do collaboration, and then the sky will be your limit. Are there some funding options as I begin to stand up? Yes. This is why I am speaking this loud. It's not about the fact that I don't have funding. There are different funding, but those funding, not all funding is available for you. There are funding that are for you in the mortgage sector. There are funding that are for you as a venture capital, you want to start more. There are grants that are available. Today, we have what we call the Youth Entrepreneurship Development Fund. And I served at that committee at CBN when they developed the 220 billion fund for micro, small, and medium enterprises. I also made a recommendation that we need to have fund for youth. And what is it all about? You can access up to 5 million, but you need to come together as a cluster. What is the collateral? Which is why it is ministering to you. The collateral is the fact that you just guarantee yourself within a group. It recognizes that for a young entrepreneur, you don't have tangible assets, but you need to begin to build scale. So you can access that. But before you do that, you need to go through a training program. There are different layers of that fund. There are those in 100,000, depending on the size of the fund. But the key point is that we will help you because at Fidelity Bank, we have an SME academy. And we are, youth focused in terms of supporting that. So once you come in, the next thing is for us to build you to be in the position where you can access that. That's available. The other funding, of course, is also the one that, there's the one that, Bank of Industry have also set up and they are recently going to launch that. You don't need collateral to access that, which is very important. But you must be able to show evidence that you have what a creative mind, the innovative mind, and that you have business that is sustainable. And it works in such a way that you must be able to create a business model and say, this is where I am going. There are several opportunities that are in different areas that you don't need large capital to go into, especially in the areas of IT, processing, outsourcing, even food processing in the very low end. You can key into that. Even entertainment is an area that is fast growing, and you discover that even the way and manner that we consume content in Nigeria is increasingly in the upgrade. How do you then position for that? So that's also the fund. Aside from that, we've created what we call Enterprise Development Fund, which we are working with an institution, and we will launch it in March. The idea is that there are institutions that will provide grants for people that are creating a lot of innovative things in the space. You can access that. You can take up to $1 million, but depending on the size of what you need to do. But before you can access that, you must be able to show that you have built a kind of business canvas that shows clearly that this is where you want to do, this is the market you want to serve, this is the key proposition value, and this is how you intend to build it in a sustainable manner. And we will be there to support you. Finally, I want to say clearly that each time there's a conference, when you finish for the conference, there's always this temptation that it is all about talk. I want you to, each, of the speakers, once you have finished that, identify where your core competence is. Once you do that, it is the person that refuses to do something that something will do. So take a step, and that time will fail me to begin to point about it, but I have mentioned clearly, we are available to groom you. We have an SME academy, we have a youth focused program, we have programs that have also been focused for the youth, we have mentors, but the decision to make the difference is you. And I believe that at the end of this program, you will make an audacious step to make that move. And if you make that move, yes, you might fail. How many times? Alibaba.com, how many times did he fail? Today, we are talking about 500 million online people that visit that site. If he tells you the story of how he started, even how he went to paid employment, he was not taken, how he went to the University of Harvard, they didn't take him, and today those people are now coming to take about his success story. The owner of Mickey Mouse, this Disney one in Orlando, where we talk about experience, more than 20 times he fell. His parents didn't even believe in him. In fact, they pushed him out. And today he changed. Are there going to be rough road, just like what you said? Definitely is that rough road. But it is you that will change that rough road by what you are going to hear today. On that note, I want to wish you a very fruitful deliberation and discussion, and want to say also, this is my constituency. I also welcome you to Banker's House and say, have a happy deliberation and God bless you.